Welcome to Monday Gentle Yoga for all bodies. Today, the theme of this practice is abiding in ease. And I want to present to you this definition of asana. So many of you know that the word asana means posture or pose, but the deeper meaning really is take a comfortable seat, get comfortable here. So let's do that right now on our cushion or on our mat. Let's get comfortable here. Whatever that means. Maybe it's seated, maybe it's not. Maybe it's another shape that feels like comfort to your body. And once you find that comfortable place, connect with your breath. So in the Yoga Sutras, really only 3 times does Patanjali talk about asana. And the one that's most quoted most often is the book 2, verse 46, Sthira Sukha Asana, advising us that all poses should be done with both effort and ease. So what I'd like to offer for this practice is this deepening of that, abiding in ease. If we can abide in ease here on our mat, then we can live our lives in an easeful manner. We can take our asana with us into our lives. So that makes yoga and these poses a teacher for how we can abide in ease in our lives rather than how to wrap our legs around our necks. So let's start with some gentle neck stretches. Let's get the tension starting to melt from our necks. Go ahead and take one ear to one shoulder and make a slow circle across your chest to the other side. And do that a few times. We will be using a strap today, so if you have something nearby that you can use like a belt or a rope or some kind of a band, just have that handy. Let this neck movement make its way down into shoulders and just begin to shrug your shoulders up, press them back and down. So it's easy to abide in ease when we're sitting in easy pose and we're doing easy motions. But what about when we get into challenging postures? Can we still abide in ease? Let's move each shoulder separately. Make kind of a figure 8 with your shoulders, one rolling back and then the other. Get a little looseness in your torso. And then with both hands on the knees, inhale to pull your chest forward. Exhale to press your spine backwards. Moving with breath, forward and back. So our goal of this practice is to continue coming back to a place of abiding, staying in ease, even when something feels challenging. Let's make some torso circles, pulling the chest forward, reaching to one side and around the back, like you're doing a hula hoop with your rib cage. Notice when you meet an edge that feels like it's a little bit too harsh, and soften that edge just a touch. And then let's reverse. You might find a place in your body that every time you pass by, it says, hey, pay attention to me. One more circle. And finding our way back to center, let's drop the fingertips to the floor, slowly rolling the palms open. Just make this a really intentional gesture of opening the chest, and then reach your arms up. Notice this first reach. Can you see your arms with your peripheral vision? In other words, are your arms a little more forward, or are they naturally back? Just notice where arms are first time through. And then lower your arms, and we'll do a little bit of shoulder work with our band. So take a hold of, you could even use a long sleeved shirt that's rolled up, something like a band. And with this band, we'll take some tension between the band, making our arms in this Y shape. Inhale to sit as tall as you can. Exhale, lower that band to your knees. Inhale, tall. And exhale, slowly slide your hands wide enough that you can get the band behind you without any pain. And we'll just move up and over. This is called flossing the shoulders. We'll do this several times, so feel free to close your eyes, explore your range of motion, any places of limitation, and certainly avoiding pain. And the next time we go backwards, let's pause here and find a place where it feels a little stiff, a little kind of rigid. We're going to hover right there, moving the band 3 or 4 inches up and down. We're just asking permission for a little bit more space here. Staying aware of breath, abiding in ease, maybe a little discomfort, but letting go of the struggle. That's kind of the line for me. Challenge, I can abide in ease in a challenge. Struggle, I have left my seat of ease. Reaching both arms up, let's drop the left hand down a bit, reach the right arm up. So they're kind of pulling in separate directions as if you could stretch your band. Lean to the left just a bit, stretch your right side. Pull breath into that right lung, and then switch up and over. Stretch your band and lean to your right. Breathe into your left lung. And come back to center. Release the band. Just set it off to the side of your mat. Fingertips on the floor. And again, rolling the palms up, opening the chest. Let's inhale the arms overhead, and let's just see if your arms naturally go back a bit now. If you could see them with your peripheral vision before, can you still? And if so, have they moved at all? Take a hold of one wrist, stretch a little taller through the side body, hips stay planted, and switch. And then slowly release the fingertips down to the ground. We'll come off of our cushion and around to a tabletop position. Go ahead and find your 4 points and begin to move your body through cat and cow. Get creative if you like, move faster or more slowly, move sideways, maybe some barrel rolls. Let's explore the movement of the spine with our limbs planted here. When you feel like you've loosened up a little through your spine, find the tabletop again. Let's reach the left leg behind us. Like we're putting a footprint on the wall behind us. Lift the leg till you feel your glute engage. Abiding in ease. Even when there's a little challenge, start to take that leg out to the side just slightly. Again, not looking for struggle, but maybe a little challenge. Return the leg to center, and we're going to cross the bottom leg, tuck the toes to the floor behind, and press the calf, press the heel, stretching the calf. Finding a little stretch through the hips. And then that foot that's behind you, lay it on its side so that your hips start to rotate toward the left just a bit. So in a gentle yoga practice, I still want to plug in some interesting postures to help us stay here, pay attention, and work that abiding in ease muscle. Go ahead and come back to neutral, tabletop, switching right foot back, make a footprint on the wall behind you. Core stays strong. Take deep breaths here. And then shift that leg off to the right a bit. So there's a little bit of a challenge here. Working toward abiding in ease. And then go ahead and slowly bring that leg across, tucking the toes, and just press back into the heel, feeling a calf stretch. If this is hard on your wrists, you could be on fists here instead. And then let's go ahead and take the foot sideways and just rotate the hips to the right a little bit, looking for some sensation around the outer edge of right hip. Find deep, slow breaths. Ease within the effort. And go ahead and return to the center. Placing our forearms down on the floor, turn your palms up and just open and close your palms. Just a little wrist release. And then turning the palms again, we'll tuck our toes and lift into dolphin. So dolphin falls in the category of challenging poses. We're looking for a way to move toward abiding in ease. Nod your head, loosen up through the neck. And we'll drop our knees back to the earth, press up to tabletop. Sweeping the right foot around, come into a kneeling lunge. Letting that hip drop just a bit, lengthening through the spine. Let's move forward and back. Stretching hamstring and hip flexor. Moving with breath. And as we shift forward, let's place all of our fingertips on the floor, tucking the back toes, lifting that knee, pausing for just a moment in low lunge. And then stepping our back foot to meet our front foot. Let's touch the fingers to the elbows, soften down into ragdoll. If it feels okay, just go ahead and sway from side to side. Moving with breath, lengthening the back side of the body. And allow the fingertips to come back to the mat. Let's step our right foot back, dropping the knee. Pausing here for a moment in a kneeling lunge. Good, and then we'll start that forward and back motion. Feel free to use extra padding under your knee if that's helpful. Just warming up through the hips, hamstring, hip flexor. And the next time we come forward, all of the fingertips park on the mat, tucking the back toes, lift the knee. Finding a little more length through the hip flexor, quadricep. Breathe in, breathe out. Abiding in ease. Let's step our back foot to meet our front foot, coming into forward fold. And then pressing hands to shins, lift and lengthen. Find a strong core. Exhale, forward fold. Take a hold of the back of the heels and gently pull. So we're going to play with those opposites for a moment. Push hands to shins to create length in the spine. And then pull with the hands, deepening or lengthening. Feel free to bend your knees more. Press, finding length in the spine. And pull. Let's do that 3 more times. Press and lengthen, feel strength. And then gently pull, feel softening. Moving with breath. And on the next time you come up to that flat back, keep all of that strength. Invite yourself up into mountain pose. Arms reach overhead. We're going to interlace our fingers, press down through both feet firmly, and just start a very small movement, right and left. It might even start by feeling like just your shoulders are moving. And then add ribs. Feet stay firm. Add the torso. And allow the sensation to move even down into your hips and the outside edges of your legs. Let's come over to a stopping point on one side. Use the hand to pull the arm up longer. Press the feet. Find a place that's comfortably uncomfortable. And abide in ease. This posture teaching us how to stand in a difficult situation in life. An uncomfortable place with ease. Usually those uncomfortable places stick around a little longer than we prefer. We abide in ease. Come back to center. Feel the length and the neutral position. Feel your body exhale, having released from that effort. Make yourself tall, and let's find the other side. The second side is usually more challenging because we know what's coming. We anticipate or dread. So instead, you've been here before. Find a place of challenge where you can abide in ease. The breath comes with ease. The face is relaxed with ease. The feet are firmly pressing with ease. We can be here. One more deep breath in and out. Come back to center. Slowly release the hands and let the arms fall to your sides in slow motion. Pause for a moment in this neutral place to feel what it's like to return to true ease. And then palms reach. With soft knees, hinge from the hips, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, press with strength to a flat back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment. This is our first downward facing dog. Pedal, shift, wiggle, roll. Find ease in downward facing dog. Strengthen your hands, lengthen your arm bones. Pull your hips up away from your fingertips. And let your heels descend to the earth. Breathe deep. Abide in ease. Shifting forward into plank pose. Let's drop our right knee to the mat. Kick that foot off the edge and open into a kneeling side plank. You're going to take this top arm and make a rainbow. So reach as far over your head as you can, and then sweep that arm down to the thigh. Shoulder range of motion. And as you're looking straight forward, again, just kind of checking to see, can I see my arm with my peripheral vision? Just looking at range of motion. The next time that arm comes up and over, press your foot into the earth and reach. Find this place of challenge and ease. Without that effort and ease, we tend to get lazy in our practice. We kind of crave something different or more gentle. So here we're creating opposites for ourselves. Paying attention to what happens in our mind when we're presented with effort and ease. Let's bring the arm behind, wrap the arm behind your back in a half bind, and then press up into a gate pose with a half bind. Breathe here into the opposite side of your body. Maybe wiggle out your wrists. And then we'll windmill the hands back to the earth. Coming into a kneeling plank, let's slowly lower down to the ground. Roll the shoulders onto the back, come up into cobra. Really light hands on the mat, feeling a strong back. Cobra is a wonderful place to practice abiding in ease, staying with the sensation, finding ease inside of this sensation. Coming back through child's pose, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Let's drop the left knee to the mat, kicking that foot off the side and opening into a kneeling side plank. And then beginning that rainbow movement, arm over and down. See if you can fully experience your body in this shape, making this movement, being present to what's here right now. Wrapping the arm behind the back, lifting into a gate pose with a half bind. Long side body stretch. Awareness. And returning that hand to the floor, both hands plant. Let's take that easy, gentle transition vinyasa, lowering to the ground, coming up into cobra. Pause there for a moment. Cobra is a very powerful pose that's underestimated. How does what you're experiencing right now in this pose transfer into your life? How does having a strong back and a soft front go with you into your life? Can you abide in ease here? And can you take that with you as you leave your mat? Pressing back through child's pose, downward facing dog. Looking forward, let's let our feet come to our hands, pressing into that half lift, finding strength. Exhale, fold, pull, backs of the heels. Rising up high for extended mountain. And let's take those two side bends again. Interlace the fingers, exhale, one breath over to the side. Back to center. And over. Come back to center. Tap with the arms. Find a chest expansion, back bend. Pause here. Abiding in ease. Let's reach high. On the exhale, hands come behind you, and you can either take your strap in your hands or interlace your fingers. Find an expansion for the chest, solid feet. And when you're ready, hinge from the hips, come into forward fold. Knuckles high, head low. Deep breaths here. Open just a little more, someplace. Find one place in your body where you can deepen or broaden this shape. Abide in ease. We'll release our fingertips to the floor, shake out your hands a little bit, and then just feel that tingling. Heel toe the feet a little closer together. Let's step on our right foot and raise the left leg behind us. Finding a 3-point balance. Strong core, long spine. Shifting backwards just a bit, drop those toes, and let's lift ourselves up into a high lunge. Taking a hold of the left wrist, stretching the left side body. Finding comfortably uncomfortable, abiding in ease. And back to center, hands to heart. We'll do our first twist of the day, shifting our torsos all the way over that front leg, rotating to the right. So you're welcome to stay up a little higher here if that feels better to you, or maybe it's a hand on the block, palms together. Let's really be active in our back foot, our back leg, turning the head to look up, deepening the breath. And making our way back to center. Hands to mat, downward facing dog, pedal out the heels. Take a slow walk forward. Placing our weight in our left foot, fingertips down, right leg lifts. Just finding our balance. How's balance today? Is it easy? Is it hard? We're inching closer to a full moon, so we can expect our balance to start to be a little iffy. Can we abide in ease? Let's step the foot back, low lunge. And then when you feel strong there, stable, reach up into high lunge. Take a hold of your right wrist and stretch that that right side body. Slow the breath, fill with breath. Your hip flexor is so happy to be getting some attention. And then the hands come to heart center for a twist. Maybe you have a different variation of twist, but shift the torso forward first and then rotate. And place your hand down and stay up a little higher. Let's try to keep that back leg active, buoyant, strong. Deepen the breath. And coming back to center, fingertips on the floor. Step the back foot to meet the front foot. Press and lengthen. You might feel something in those hammies. Grab the ankles, gently pull down. Sweep the arms high. Take a hold of one wrist, stretch over the side. Good, back to center, up and over. Body's taller now. Let's finish that sequence with a back bend, shoulder blades squeezing together. And bring your hands to your heart. Abiding in ease. All right, so have your strap handy here to one side of the mat, and then go ahead and step your feet wide. We're gonna have all 10 toes facing the front or the long edge of the mat. And we're moving into triangle. Triangle with a little bit of discomfort. If you normally like to use a block, go ahead and grab that. So let's pick up our right toes and pivot the right toes to the top of the mat. Take your right hand into the crease of your right hip and press toward the left side of your mat. So really crease here so the spine makes this nice long line. When you feel like your spine has gone as far as it will go straight, open up your arms into Trikonasana, triangle pose. If you normally put your hand all the way down on the floor, I'm going to invite you today to bring a hand to an ankle or shin to hold yourself up out of the pose a bit, making us use this torso. And here we are, abide in ease. You might close your eyes. If you feel balanced here, close your eyes, reach your fingertips higher, plant your feet more firmly. Find the ease in this posture. It's a very active posture, calling on all of our muscles. Abide in ease. Start to soften the front knee and lift into warrior two. Turning the toes, switching sides. Left toes, the leg stays straight. Bring your left hand to the crease of your hips and press into that hip crease. You can always keep a micro bend in the knee if that feels better to your body. Lengthen, 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 and then just open your wingspan. Nice. We're just trying to stay up away from the floor enough so that we really have to hold ourselves here with our core. Think of length. Think of space. Try, T-R-Y, triangle. Give it a try. Find ease inside of your effort. And then let's soften the knee, come into warrior two. Nice, everybody. Turn your toes, release your hands. All right, so let's hinge from the hips. We'll keep the feet where they are. Find that strap. We'll go back to that fun shoulder flossing again. Plant the feet, lift the arms up into that V shape. I'm gonna double this because it's so long, it's annoying. Give yourself as much length as you need to roll over the legs. Come up high and touch the band to the front of your body, up and over. Feel what's happening in your shoulders. We're avoiding pain, we're avoiding struggle, but we're not avoiding challenge. Let's find that sticky place back there and just roll the band up and down, flossing the shoulders. Reaching high, dropping the left hand, lifting the right, come into a side bend, pulling up and down on the band as your side body lengthens. Find ease here. We're not trying to make it easier, right? We're trying to find ease inside of effort. Come back and switch. Really big difference. I think I'm learning that if I stop trying to make my life easier and just look for ease in my life, things go better for me. Come back to center. Let the band drop behind you and then bring your hands a little closer together. Let's come into forward fold, hands on the band, and we're gonna let gravity pull the band up and over. Feel free to adjust as you need to get a nice opening in your shoulders, hips, hamstrings. Little blood flow to the brain. Soften the knees, lower the band. Just let the band come down to your mat. Let's turn toward the top of the mat and step once again into downward facing dog. Lowering our knees. Take a moment in child's pose. You can place a block or your hands under your forehead. Take a moment to roll your head from side to side. Come into a true pose of ease. When you feel settled, when you feel like you've kind of completed this standing section for yourself, Ready for something new, set the block aside, extend your body out to the floor. We're going to practice half bow today. I haven't done this one for a while in these virtual classes, and I really love it. So take the right arm across the top of the mat in a right angle and bend your left knee. And you can reach back and take a hold of that left ankle and gently pull the heel toward the hip. And you'll feel a nice quadricep stretch. That's a great place to stay right there, just a nice quad stretch. If you'd like a little more active pose, kick the foot into the hand and turn this into a back bend. You could reach the right hand forward, press the hand into the mat. And if you're feeling really strong today, lift the bottom leg, lift the front arm. You're in half bow. Choose for yourself which variation feels best, challenging, with ease. And let's keep that left knee bent as we release. Our arms open out into a T, and we'll roll across. Left foot comes behind, right ear to the mat. Take a moment now to shift your attention to the front of your right shoulder. Deepen your breath. Let the exhale just drop you closer to the earth every time. And when your breathing returns to normal, come back to center. These bow poses, even half bow, tend to raise the heart rate. Our breathing can get a little choppy. Let's switch sides, left arm across, right hand to the ankle, and just gently pressing heel closer to hip. Again, that's a wonderful stretch. You can stay right there. If you'd like a little more effort, kick your foot into your hand. There's the back bend. You can extend the arm to lift a little higher, and you could lift one or both of your limbs. So choose your expression of half bow. Allow yourself to abide in ease here. Deep breath. Keep your right knee bent as you release your arms out into a T. And then we'll roll onto the front of our left shoulder. If you feel any pain in your shoulder, the arm could come down closer to your body. If you want more sensation, the arm could raise a bit up toward your head. Happy shoulders today. And bring yourself back to center slowly. With hands by the shoulders, pressing up into tabletop. And then we'll flip ourselves around to a seat. Legs extended, flesh cleared from underneath us. Let's take a deep breath in, and we'll counter those back bends by folding over our legs. Lengthen forward. Come forward as far as you can, and then chin to chest. You might use your strap around your feet. Or if your arms are long and you want to go a little farther, you could put a block beneath your feet. Finding length, finding space, abiding in ease. Release when you're ready. Bending the knees, lowering down onto our backs. Let's hug knees to chest, move around a little bit. You have the choice to keep moving on your back, or maybe happy baby feels good to you today. Pulling the ankles down or the bottoms of the feet. Find a place that is interesting enough to keep your attention here. And moving into a twist, we'll drop our knees to the left and turn our head to the right. So you could just drop your knees nice and easy, or maybe crossing your legs would give you a little bit more of that sensation of challenge that will help you look for the ease underneath the layer of challenge. We don't need to do that for the sake of improving the pose or accomplishing anything, mastering anything. But sometimes just finding an edge of challenge helps us match with that place of ease. Let your body sink to the earth on the exhales. Slowly use your muscles to pull your legs back to center. Pause here for a moment before moving to the other side. Just notice neutral. And maybe you do the exact same thing on the other side. Maybe you change a bit. Knees go to the right, head turns to the left. Finding your deep and slow breath. Maybe a slight edge of challenge met with ease. Abiding in ease. Each exhale is a dropping in, sinking into your mat. Finding our way back to center, pausing in neutral. Let's begin our journey into Shavasana. Finding the corners of your mat with your heels, extending your arms out in a way that takes away all the effort now. Now we truly can find a place of ease. The only challenge of Shavasana is the mental challenge of staying present. Noticing how our mind creates to-do lists and urgencies. Resisting is the mark of the true yogi. Staying here, abiding in ease when there is ease. Not running off to find something new, but abiding here. Breath, body, centered, calm, present. Notice that your breathing has slowed. Notice a slow, full inhale and a long, slow exhale. Take 2 more of those long, slow in and out breaths. At the end of that second breath, wiggle your fingers one at a time. Feel each finger. Wiggle your toes, if you can, one at a time. Start to stretch your body and make your transition to a seat. As we come back to a seat, I offer you a mudra that might help you today when you run into challenges. I'd like to ask you to take your right hand palm up. This right hand is our masculine hand, right? So this hand is really ready to just take on whatever life throws our way. It's like a little catcher's mitt. Take your left hand, which is your feminine hand, and let that hand cover your heart in this gesture of care and compassion, softness. And perhaps a mantra of, I will abide in ease with whatever challenges life hands to me on this day. I will abide in ease. Let your hands come together, bowing to yourself and each other. Namaste.